One thing you can do is a lot of these guys who have chip tunes, so like OC Remix. While they're not license free, you can certainly contact them, and because they're all indie artists, you can usually get them to be like, yeah, you can use my stuff. I don't care.
All right, folks, we are starting round 2 here. AT versus RadicaL, and AT is starting in control, while RadicaL on the aliens has started in subsector. We're seeing a 3 alien push on either side. Oh, I'm sorry, 3 and 2. One of them was a drifter. I just quickly saw that. And we see Levsteel, Draco, and Flex attacking the Marines in Skylight. They get the drop on everything. They take out Neem, they take out Coco, and they take out Xenocide. What a great engagement there. RadicaL really on top of their game. We're seeing Psycho and Alan now creeping in East Junction. Patates and Turtles is definitely going to be in trouble right now, especially, oh my gosh, and he just gets eaten alive.
And one of the things you'll notice is that they don't have a gorge in Nanogrid like an Anatolian Tigers did last round. And I actually like that call. You know, a lot of teams will send a gorge over there to wall off and to help build those RTs. But in a 6v6 like this, it's certainly advantageous to have that extra out on the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing
like
combat.
That extra asset on the field, I think, is so key in these low pop games. They're just so much more valuable. It looks like Xenocide bumped into that drifter, uncovered it, and didn't even know that he did, and left it alone.
Yeah, you know, got more important things to worry about.
And now those 2 Marines, Xenocide and Neem, are moving from Overlook into Subsector. They know that that is now the main base of RadicaL. Levsteel and Draco. Commander jumps out of the hive, and now Flex coming in to kill Neem. Neem goes down. Xenocide is alone in there, and he gets eaten alive as well, and the Marines have recaptured Skylights. We do see mines are done, and that 3 Skulk Pack is now moving through Overlook, through West Junction, and they're going to go into Skylights to attack Coco.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing is what I'm seeing right now is that RadicaL is extremely coordinated. They are, whenever they attack, they are always attacking the same player. They're never ever running in one at a time. And Anatolian Tigers, on the other hand, are, I mean, take a look over on the other side of the map. Take a look over by Cargo. I mean, you have 2 guys who have just split up here. Patates is all by himself at half health, and meanwhile, Turtles has pulled back to C12 to build that power, and the result is going to be that both of them are going to die and get nothing accomplished.
Yeah, I mean, look, you got Coco now. I mean, I am not seeing any buddy system going on here with AT.
When they are on a buddy system, they're not patient. They're not slow and steady. They're kind of rushing in, even in groups of 2s and 3s, and what that does is it puts them out of position such that RadicaL can get the drop on them and get 1, 2, 3 bites in before any shots from Anatolian land.
Yep, and we're just seeing an engagement there in Skylights. Just went down. We got drifters just running around Coco and Turtles. They were just completely ignoring it, but I mean, as they should, because that drifter was there to kind of take that ammo away, and we've seen that a lot with alien commanders. You know, if you got, you know, a couple, they had 2 skulks right here, and basically he sent the drifter in to make the Marines target the drifter and waste their ammo, and once they heard the firing, you would see Psycho and Alan kind of move in, because a Marine reloading is the just worst thing for a Marine to be in.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you'll see a lot of these higher end teams will, I mean, they actively make sure that they're abusing that reload time to get kills.
Yeah, and Xenocide and Neem now coming in through system waypointing, and they are looks like they're going in the cargo. The cargo hive has been dropped, only 22% grown, so dropped just a little bit ago, and it looks like it's going to be in trouble. They do scan. They do know that a new hive is there. Psycho and his buddy Drifter is coming in. To try to help that out. The power is going up. We do have phase tech is up, so they could drop a phase gate there, but they are really low on res right now. And with 3 RTs, that's going to take a bit.
Yeah, you see that Lameness is going to go ahead and drop 1 crag there to make sure that there's at least some support. And you see he's also started dropping cysts so that they do get a couple kills here as Draco comes in on that lurk, cleans up with Psycho. But what that means is that that whole area is going to be cysted, and now even if they want to drop a phase gate, they're not going to be able to.
Yeah, and
so very well preempted by Lameness.
Yeah, we see a new phase gate just went up in the dome. Turtles just went down. Alan, Psycho, and Draco now taking down that phase gate. It's almost down. We have Coco coming through.
Yeah, that was a meat grinder. 3 of them came through all at once and all got wiped immediately.
That was a great use of the Drifters. Oh, jeez, I just brain farted. Enzyme, yeah. Weapons 1 has been started. We're seeing some great play here, guys, by RadicaL. They are really dominating resources and areas on this map. They're sitting on 4 extractors, which for aliens is pretty decent. That's a good res flow for them. And now we've seen Xenocide and Neem from AT coming in through West Junction into Overlook. They are being harassed by Levsteel, Patates. I'm sorry, Levsteel just got stuck between Patates and Neem.
I really like how RadicaL's playing this. They're being just aggressive enough that they're keeping Anatolian Tigers from being able to really establish themselves in any meaningful way. But they're also playing an intelligent defensive game. They're moving around the map very well. They are switching their areas of focus so that they're keeping Anatolian Tigers, for being able to really just push hard in one particular area. Very, very good play by RadicaL.
Yeah, I agree. Keeping them around the map and hitting different parts of the map just increases their mobility. It's not like they're focused on like one side and then they have to go all the way across the map, all of them, just to face a threat. So they seem to be responding really well. We now see shotguns has started being researched. Weapons 2 is done. A little late, it's 7 minutes into the game, but they've been fighting resources for a while, been losing a lot of resource towers. Yeah. Let's look at this resource map. They've been sitting on just 3 resources for since about 4 minutes 15 seconds. Then they lost it, and then aliens have been sitting for 3.5 minutes on 4, and now they just got their 5th one, which is growing.
Yeah, and what is really indicative of the state of this matchup is whenever you see alien total resources climb above marine total resources, that's pretty much GG, and there's no recovery from that. It puts you at such a huge disadvantage because, as we've talked about many, many times, the alien economy is so much stronger. When you start seeing those higher life forms come out on the field, Fades and Lurks, and then Onos later on, the Marines, even when Marines are vastly out-resourcing an alien team, the aliens can still pull out a win. So to flip that and have aliens ahead of Marines in resources, it is almost impossible to come back from.
Yeah, and we're seeing Flex went Fade just a bit ago, and he's bringing that on the field against Armor 0 Marines. That is not going to be good news for AT. They did see that Fade because it did attack Coco and Turtles in East Junction, so they know it's there. Leap has been started. Celerity is going to be coming on the field as well. Flex is coming in. They don't have, and they actually do have Blink, so he's blinking in and out, which is going to make those Fades just that more dangerous.
Yeah, and especially with shotguns just being done recently, Armor 1 isn't even done yet. Weapons 1 is just barely done. I don't think there's much they can do here. to stop this just onslaught. Especially, you know, you see that RadicaL is now on 6 res nodes. I mean, they're just going to keep pumping out higher life forms. There are now 3 fades on the field. Psycho and Alan have gone fade as well. This is pretty much GG territory.
Yeah, and they just tried to put a phase gate in West Junction. You know, and those 3 fades, or I'm sorry, yeah, 2 fades in there, came and took that out. We got a lurk there as well that's going to take out that phase. And I'm sorry, that was 3 fades in there. And they're just going to go as a group. Leap has now been completed, which increases the quickness and mobility of Skulks. And now they're in Skylights. They're going to be taking down that res tower as well. We are seeing the beginning of the end of this match, Nietzsche.
Yeah, well, I would say this is the middle of the end. I think the beginning is let's look at the resource meters. The beginning of the end is in about 3 minutes.
You're totally right. C12, we're seeing a 23% built phase gate. Bile Bomb has now been completed for RadicaL. They are just doing so well, sucking on 6 resources right now versus 1 for the Marines. They are on 5 team res. It's just not looking good right now.
Yeah. Well, so go ahead. I mean, this game is pretty much over. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the strategy that maybe Anatolian Tigers needs to go ahead and get back into the locker room and talk about, and maybe bring up for their next map. The next map is, I believe, Zombie, correct?
Yes, it is Zombie, which, guys, if you don't know, Zombie was in the ENSL Custom Map Cup that was about a month ago, and Jambi, we played a lot of custom maps during that, and Jambi was one of them that was voted in by the teams to actually have in this season. Jambi's a very fun map.
Yeah. Pardon me. Zombie is actually a map that was developed by a group of modders, mappers, who all developed their own room, and then they just kind of mashed them together. And believe it or not, it worked out incredibly well. It's a very large map. It feels very big. It's not quite as big as people sometimes like to believe that it is, but it is very large, and phase gates become incredibly important on Zombie. You see a lot of teams will play phase gate, and we do see the GG has just come in from Anatolian Tigers. So there goes that game. But for Zombie, we do see a lot of teams go early phase gates just to have high mobility. So that'll be something interesting. I'm very curious to see how that plays out. You know, as we see more matches this week on Zombie. And so let's talk a little bit about what Anatolian Tigers can do to try and turn this around. Obviously, they are at a disadvantage.